Welcome everybody to another episode of We Go On, and today we are doing something that is a first for us, and that is taking a boat out into the ocean and spending some time enjoying the sun and the waves here in Central Florida. We start the day in the Banana River and then make our way over to Greater Byrd Island. But first, we're going to enjoy some nature, so let's go.
They're little ones. Those are itty bitty ones.
They're trying to keep up with us.
Oh, cool.
That's so cool.
It's like all the kids when a car comes, they go to the side, and then when the car leaves, they go back out.
And once we made it through the no-wake zone, it was on to the island.
We can get down now. We're at the island. We're at the same island. We can get down now. Here, help.
All right, so what do you think of the boat ride?
It was fun.
Fun?
Yeah, it was really fast.
Yeah, Jonathan?
I couldn't see.
You couldn't see.
I was like,
Wait, that's going to be a screenshot right there.
Got him! Got him!
All right, I know they were incredibly talkative there, but the girls really had a fun time on the boat. It was fast, it was bumpy, a little bit, not too bad, but we really enjoyed ourselves, and we made our way over to Greater Byrd Island, which is not the same as Byrd Island. There are two separate islands. One is in the Banana River, which is the Greater Byrd Island, which we went to, and one is in the Indian River, which is Byrd Island, which we did not go to, which I discovered as we went through this. But while we were at the beach, it was incredible to see the amount of boats that were there. Again, boat culture was not something that we have done on a pretty regular basis, but we anchored the boat. The girls got to jump in and splash around. We listened to some music. There were, I don't know, probably 100 or so boats there, all playing different types of music as loud as possible. So whichever ear you wanted to listen to, you could hear whatever you wanted. But we found shells, we found starfish, we found all types of things in the water. And one other thing we really discovered while we were there was the sense of community amongst the boat culture and the people who had boats. There was a lot of conversation about boats and different types of vessels. That was pretty obvious. But there was also a friendship that was there between people that had known each other for a really long time, or boat transactions, right? One person sold their boat to somebody else. But just this overall sense of everyone was there to just enjoy themselves. I was actually surprised with the amount of people that there wasn't any fighting. I mean, there was a lot of alcohol and a lot of people being loud for the day, and obviously the sun makes people do crazy things. But overall, you could tell people just wanted to be out in their space, enjoying their day, and it was a wonderful community.
sit down. Be humble. Call up. Sit down. Be humble. Call up. Sit down. That's
So one thing I was very curious about was how we would handle the weather. So as we got a little bit later into the afternoon, we did start to get some rain coming in behind us, and it was really interesting to see how each captain or boat owner decided how they were going to handle the weather. At this point, we started to pack up just a little bit. Well, really, Kelly and Nick started to pack up. I had no idea what I was doing, so I took some random pictures of the boat, and Nick and Kelly, I hope you like some of these weird random shots of your boat. But really with the weather, it was curious to see who thought this was going to be a storm that we needed to get away from, who was willing to chance it. There were actually boats still pulling up as some of the weather was behind us. But at this point, it looked to be about 25% of the boats started to leave. And then we saw this one interesting boat.
Wow. I don't think that's doing what it's supposed to.
That looks safe. As for us and many of the other boats that were leaving at that time frame, we decided to take a much calmer approach out, and you will continue to hear that boat being louder as we go. But we made our way out safely, away from the island, away from the weather, away from other boats, taking one final look at the island, the day that we had had, the adventure that we had been on, and then we made our way back out into the Banana River, where once we made it out there and made it through all the channel markers, it was time to go a little faster.
We gotta go slow.
No way. Making our way down the river a little bit, it was time to slow down and ease the boat back in and enter another no-wake zone where we were able to take in a little bit more of the environment, as well as some additional friends that Janelle spotted off our bow.
Where?
It just went underwater.
There it is. You're right. There's a dolphin over there. Kind of like towards those groves.
And after spotting the dolphin, we made our way back in to park the boat. But I have Janelle here. Janelle, what did you think of the entire day?
I thought it was really fun because we don't do that often. So it was just a fun experience. And it was also really cool how we got to see so many dolphins. I was not expecting that. And jumping off the boat was super fun, and their boat is really, really nice. It was clean, spacious, and the seats were super duper nice. What I thought about the island was, it was nice, but it was so much crowded, and you can only hear
what other people's music was playing. Like, you couldn't hear yourself.
After docking the boat, we made our way over to Coconuts on the beach to grab some dinner, where we really lucked out because it poured down rain while we were there, but fortunately we were covered. And we decided we had another adventure we were going to try that night, but first we wanted to stop and get some ice cream. So we made our way over to My Island Ice Cream, where the ice cream was incredible. I ended up getting the Seas for Cookie Monster and the mint chocolate, but it was really good. And I just loved the vibe of the place. It was very beachy and it leaned into everything that it was for. So later that night, we actually, and one of the reasons we had gone was we wanted to check out the bioluminescence located in the river. But the problem was when we tried to record it, this is all that we saw was just darkness. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview from the Visit Florida page, and ultimately this is what it will look like. It is a chemical reaction that happens amongst the plankton, and what happens is you can see between the boat, other fish, when you move in the water, everything glows this kind of like bluish color, and it was amazing. We couldn't capture it very well on camera, but you could see from the wake of the boat to the fish as they darted back and forth. We didn't see a dolphin like that. That would, I think, send everybody into a different orbit if that had happened. And we didn't get in the water, which would have also done something and splashed around us as well. But it was a really awesome experience to be able to go out and just see the water glow. We did capture just a few videos where it showed, so you can see coming off the back of the boat, there's not a light on the back of the boat. That is actually the plankton interacting with just the movement of the water and the movement of the boat. And I think it was pretty impressive to go out there and just see something in nature that you don't see very often. And I think what was really cool is, like, if you live in that area and you're on the water on a regular basis, it's something that you can see all the time. It does only happen during the summer months, and we only spent a few minutes out there and parked the boat back. But it was definitely an overall experience. It just added to the end of the day. It was kind of that fireworks at the end of the day mentality. We'd had a great day at the beach, and then we were able to come back and see just another part of nature that we couldn't. And overall, I think it was just a fantastic day to be out with family and friends and just do something for us that was a different experience. And I think this is more personal, but as we get into a new relationship and try to rebuild our lives, it's fun to go out and try things that you haven't necessarily done in the past. Bolt culture and going out on the water is not something that we would do. And I want to thank Kelly and Nick and Kenzie and Kristen and Addie for bringing us into their world. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're trying to help the channel grow a little bit. And share this video for anybody else who's been out on Boat Island, or tell us your adventure. We'd love to hear it. Thanks for watching.